Hello and welcome back to my channel, the Earthstar Tribrid. I am your host, Earthstar Tribrid. So today we're doing a pick a card reading on messages from my past lives. If you've been here before, you kind of already know the drill. If not, go ahead and listen to the intro and it will give you an idea how to choose, okay? Remember to always use your discernment and do what comes naturally to you. Not everything will resonate. If it doesn't fit, don't make it. Please keep your health in mind while doing breathing exercises. Don't overdo it. There are many ways to use your intuition. Some pick by their favorite color, number, stone, etc. Some go by the first thing that comes to their mind or the first thing they see. It always depends on you. However, if you are new to your intuition, here are a few ways to activate it. 1. Make sure there are no distractions. 2. Pause the video during the selection period and sit still while facing the video. You are then going to want to close your eyes, clear your mind while repeating the title of the video while breathing 3 to 5 doing 3 to 5 deep breaths and inhale through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. To get extra relaxed, you can roll your neck from side to side. It will help with the connection and the relaxing part, especially if you're tense. Once you are done, you are to open your eyes and they should fall upon a pile. Now, if you're rolling your neck, you're going to want to adjust your head back into its original position before opening your eyes, okay? Your eyes should fall upon a pile, either above, below, or directly on. However, if it falls between a pile, whether it's above, below, or dead center, and it can be either way, anywhere in here, then you're going to want to look into both of those piles, okay? The second way to choose is to close your eyes and cover them with close your eyes with your hands and tightly, so sorry, I'm like jumbled here. Second way is to close your eyes and to cover them with your hands tightly, allowing no light to go through. There you go. As you repeat the title and do your breathing, the shape or color of the chosen stone will appear. This also works when you want to learn to align your chakras. If more than one color and or shape appears, then check out both of those piles. It is normal to choose more than one. All right. So with that in mind, go ahead and make your selection and I will see you on your chosen pile. Okay. See you in a moment. By the way, this is pile number 1, Amethyst. Pile number 2, Aventurine. Pile number 3 is going to be Obsidian. Pile 4 is Tiger's Eye. And pile 5 is going to be the pink crystal. Or the pink quartz, sorry. Alright, now I will see you on your chosen pile, okay? Okay, welcome back to pile number 1. This is the Amethyst. If you've chosen pile number 1, this is the Amethyst, okay? So this is your confirmations. We have your messages. I'm going to do that next because there's a lot of messages. Each pile has like a lot of messages. But, and like I said, not everything's going to resonate, and that's okay. You got to put it where it needs to go into your life. If you feel like this doesn't resonate, try again when it comes to picking. Again, this, especially if you're new to your intuition, sometimes you just got to, trial and error. Okay. So for here, you have 4 of Wands, the King of Swords, and then the Emperor in reverse. So, okay, so it looks like you were in some type, okay, so when I'm reading what this was in here compared to, because, the tarot, the other tarot has its own way. This is the interpretation of this one. This is like, I hope you, like, it looks like this one here is like, I hope you give yourself in prosperity. Hope you, what did it say? Hope you, may you live in perfect harmony, the great spirit in peace, prosperity, and good health. This is my desire, the white she-buffalo lady of Sioux. I probably said that way wrong, but it looks like somebody could have been a chief in another life, or an emperor, or somebody of high status. It does look like you probably were betrayed, like you were done wrong, because in here, like, so it looks like you were, like, say if you're trying to, like with engagement here, like say that you were trying to make amends or like make an alliance with somebody else, like if you're trying to squash the beef or whatever, and you try to, you know, come up with a truce in a way. That's the word that I was looking for, a truce. But with the Emperor in reverse, because it looks like whatever it was, it probably fell through. You guys went to war and you were probably betrayed and you ended up losing. But in this lifetime with the rebirth, it looks like you get to do, like, something like this might be happening again. It may not have to be in, like, this instance, like, obviously a ruler of some sort, but it could be. With engagement, reckless spending in reverse, fallen angel in reverse, the monkey upright, and then relationships, contracts, marriage, partners, that's in reverse. So it looked like somebody was like, oh yeah, go ahead and give me what, you know, poureth your cup into mine type deal. And I'm just going to take whatever it is, and they betrayed your ass, right? So with this, it's like rebirth, false religion in the reverse here. That means you're not going to fall for the okie doke anymore. You kind of know better. You intuitively know that you know better, right? And with East here, and East is dawn, like it's a new day. Like you get, like, this is a new chance. Temperance, so you're doing everything in moderation. You're not you're not doing the reckless spending. You're not doing any of that. You're probably looking better or looking really good, and you do have a lot of haters. With the powers here, I ended up getting some new cards, like intuitive nudges to make some new cards, so I have those here. Now, the powers' job is the border control of the spiritual realm. Their job is to maintain cosmic order and fight against forces of evil and dark spirits. Now, it doesn't have to be that deep. This could be you maintaining your boundaries. You knowing what your boundaries are and sticking to it. Okay? You have a tiger in reverse. Somebody could be in the reverse. Okay, so when I say somebody could be in the reverse, that could mean like somebody could be in this sign, but be in the karmic cycle of things. Like you could be on the good side of things and they're on the darker side of things. We do have a do not disturb and low down, down low, like somebody's doing some sneaky shit behind the scenes. We do have mergers and intimacy. It looks like it's a curtain call. It's a wrap. It looks like whatever that's trying to remain secret is not, because we got anger and wrath here. Either that or whatever somebody might be trying. Like say if you're dealing with a narcissist, right? And you put up boundaries, you're holding firm to those boundaries, and they don't like it, and they might be trying to do something behind the scenes. Mergers, intimacy, inheritance, spouse, resources, taxes, mysteries, anything like that, but it's a wrap. It's a curtain call. No. And it kind of pisses them off. We do have the all-seeing eye here, represents the watchful presence of a higher power, signifying that everything is observed and known by a divine entity, serves as a reminder to live in the morality and awareness of one's actions through the great architect of the universe. Again, it doesn't even have to be that deep. This could be a judge. Somebody overseeing something, okay? And you have the Dark Angel here who's just going off the deep end. Like, they're not showing any, it could be like this all-seeing eye is not showing any compassion. What's it say? It's in reverse. Compassion, generous, and diligence. They're not seeing, and observant, hardworking, and courageous. They're seeing this Dark Angel as anything but, basically. All right. So these are the signs that, well, this could be the dates could be significant. The signs could be significant. When I say signs, I mean the Chinese zodiac and the regular zodiac. You have the monkey, which is also, we have a Leo at the top here. These are the dates. We have the tiger. We have Aquarius at the top. Brave, confident, and competitive. Again, that was in the reverse. We have the tiger. The dates. Scorpio at the top. Compassionate, generous, and diligent. That's the pig. And then we have, okay, so here's the Virgo. Observant, hardworking, and courageous, the Rooster. Again, these dates can be significant to you or to the people that you're dealing with. And also, somebody could be finding out that somebody is a DL on behind the scenes. So it could be something like that, but it's some type of partnership that it looks like it could have been something way worse in the back in the day. Like, say, if you're like an emperor or an empress and you're trying to strike a deal with somebody to make a truce, and that person just like screws you over. In the Harry Potter things, we have the Monster Book of Monsters, Werewolf Potions, Fizzing Wisbees, and Hogwarts Express train ticket. Okay, so you had an express train ticket to, it was like a one-way. Fizzing Wisbees. What was a Fizzing Wisbee in Harry Potter? 1 second. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've watched Harry Potter. I don't even remember or even read the books. Fizzing Wisbees, Harry Potter. Okay, so it's a popular fruit-flavored hard candy featuring a sour and fizzy center. Okay, so in the Harry Potter books, fizzing Wisbees are famously described as large, levitating sherbet balls that cause the person eating them to float a few inches off the ground. Sorry. I don't know why I'm having issue reading today. Okay. And you got potions here. I mean, somebody could have poisoned you too in a past life. Because you got potions. Fizzing Wisbees. The Monster Book of Monsters, Werewolf. Again, somebody could have been like really a specific way to you in one way, and then the full moon comes around and this person just changes up, right? Potions, Fizzing Wisbees, and one like a Hogwarts Express train ticket. Yeah, so it looks like whoever this was like did you dirty real bad in the past life. And I mean, I'm guessing you're kind of learning your lessons now. If not, like, this is just letting you know, like, to watch who you involve yourself with, okay? Because you don't want to have to fall for the okie doke all over again. So here we have Cosmic Lamp and Ultimate Truth. We all have dark areas of ourselves that we need to work on. Take time to reflect on yours. What are the traits that you can change in order to access more of your higher truth? How can you be more open? You have some life events that you saw as negative at the time been a gift in the long run. Take another look at the story you tell yourself about your life and see how you can shed light on the past dark events or situations and see a new, more positive truth in them. Find the gift in darkness and light up your future. Yeah. And the back of that card was Astral Traveler. The world is bigger than you realize, so it's good to start exploring all that is out there. This card is a prompt to shed your old skin and start viewing the world with new eyes, unencumbered by baggage from your past. Take this chance to set aside old experiences that could be holding you back from embracing new perspectives and fresh wisdom. Unclip those wings and leave behind anything that's ruffling your feathers and soar in the freedom of a new horizon. Hello. Throat. Okay. Oh, and check this out. So on the back, I forgot. So on the back of the Harry Potter deck when I was pulling for these, it said Fox, and Fox is a phoenix, and you got the rebirth here, so you basically are coming out of the ashes there. Show me yes. Show me no, please. On the back of the confirmations, do those repeat in reverse? Okay. All right. So on the back of, we're gonna get into the confirmations here. So on the back of the goddess deck here was the where are you at? The Four of Cups. Where am I at? Sorry guys, hold on. My name is Pandora and Greece is my land. I possess the greatest riches, but I am not happy. Boredom, monotony, and dissatisfaction oppress me. So this is basically telling you to just like, I mean, like if you're in a funk, like you need to kind of get out of that in the sense of trying to find something to bide your time. You know, find something to do. Like don't just sit there in boredom. Like even if you don't want to work, go to if you want to make yourself feel a little better, you can always volunteer somewhere. You can volunteer at animal shelters. You can volunteer at soup kitchens. You can, you know, something like that just to help you kind of get out of your funk, but also doing something for other people to make yourself feel better. All right, so for this one, we had the Falcon's Flight 31. All right. The Falcon's Flight. Cultivate or claim your mastery. Artful mastery is vital to your present moment and experience. There are two possibilities here. The first is that you have spent much focus and many long hours mastering a skill of some kind, spiritual, practical, artistic, emotional, or career related, that it will benefit you to draw upon now. The second is that you will bring great joy, satisfaction, and success to commit wholeheartedly to a particular discipline or practice, to start where you are and begin working toward greater and greater competency and skill. Reflect for a moment and decide which of these two possibilities is most accurate for you now. Becoming an expert at something by its very definition is not easy. It takes time, focus, and diligent effort, but with hard-won excellence, proficiency that goes beyond the pale, feels like nothing else on earth. While at times it can admittedly feel like a slog, at other times it can give you a sense of transcendence, as if you are flying, as if you are divine, as if nothing in the world can ever stop you. You are ready. Step on the path to mastery or be the master you already are. Introducing the all-new Bellatrix Discover 3 e-bike. Step through with ease with an adjustable air suspension fork. What I'm getting also is like, say that this is some type of substance abuse. Okay, this could be also like, say like the drink turns you into some type of like werewolf, like some type of beast. In the past, that could have been something that you dealt with and it did not end well. It sent you a one-way ticket to like dun, 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 dun. But it's like you're given a second chance to try again. Now, with that being said, there's on the back of what these were, the confirmations. I have Ternanog and Atlantis. Now, these cards I was also inclined to also make. I went through, they wanted, like when I asked, when I shook the box and I asked specifically what other cards you want me to make before I do, like pull the cards for you for this read, It gave me the hierarchy of heaven, so I put that in here. So everything that they wanted me to specifically put on this card is what I even asked like a picture, like is there pictures kind of similar to the images here that you kind of want to put on there, and it would say yes, and it would select a specific picture and I would draw it on there. Now, this one had Tirnanog in reverse and Atlantis in reverse. Tirnanog is Celtic or Gaelic for land of the young. Okay, and then Atlantis, everybody knows what Atlantis is, but according to my Scrabble letters, I mean the All High Almighty, and you know who I'm talking to here, like who, according to them, they're different compared to what we know them to be. Okay, so there was Atlantis, and then you also had Tirnanog. Now Tirnanog is this is what they chose for me to draw onto the picture for that. Okay. And this was Atlantis, and this is the picture they chose for me to draw in this one. Now, with Tirnanog in reverse, let me find it. I was writing on it. Tirnanog is the final resting place of the dead, realm of the Fae, fairies, and dwarves. Paradise is closely resembling Switzerland. Peaceful, beautiful, misty, everyone moves very swiftly. Now, this was in the reverse. Okay. And then we also had Atlantis. It's a meadow paradise for fallen heroes, and of course, in the forever home and the final resting place for those who serve their true purpose and no longer need to live more lives, like reincarnation. It's a pearl gates open to the Pearl Mountain Majesty. If you were to look that up, Purple Mountain's Majesty, if you look up the picture for that, that's kind of what it would look like if you were to see what would open from the pearly gates. It's misty, home to giants and titans. Their purpose is to gather the fallen heroes and bring them home instead of a light beam to bring home. It's more of a large human hand made of glowing gold that scoops you up and carries you home. That's what I wrote down. That's what I was getting from it. So these were in the reverse. So that's a good possibility that whoever did this to you is, not in any one of those places. Okay. Another thing would be is that you are no longer in those places. You are back here as a rebirth. Okay. So as a rebirth, you came back and you're kind of doing things in a different way. You don't have to be royal this time. You don't have to be somebody of a really high status, but you are in a position where you're dealing with something or someone that can either put you in Emperor in reverse or Emperor upright. Okay, so this time it's basically on you. I mean, it's always on you, but I mean, this is either giving you a heads up of what's to come or what you're dealing with now, and it's basically telling you to stand your ground, hold firm to your boundaries. Somebody's probably not going to be happy about it, but it's okay because no matter what happens, somebody sees what's really going on. And then, so, what was on the back of that? Hold on, let me go back to where you were on this one. Okay. So that is what I got for this part of it. Now we're going to get into your messages here, so don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So, now, there's so many here. I was starting to lay them out, and I was just like, there's a lot here. So I asked him, like, should I lay them out, or should I go through them as I'm, recording? And it said to go through them as I'm recording. So I'm like, okay. So, but as I'm laying them out, though, some of the things that were in the confirmations were lining up to to act some actual, dark magic stuff as well. Um, so again, you got to put it where it needs to go. This could be on the demonic, like the dark demonic side, with that potions and monsters and stuff like that. Like you could have been on the side of possibly doing some dark stuff, and now you're given a chance to not be on the dark side, so you're choosing the light, and somebody's not happy about that. So okay, because we have demonic. We have you need to learn tarot, scrying, and runes. Your family is keeping you from manifesting by use of dark magic. We have karmic feminine, masculine. We have arrested. Vitamin D. The fact that that's coming out underneath demonic right now is hilarious. Maybe someone's got some maybe somebody's D is just so too good that it makes you not want to leave the house and makes you want to call off work and stuff like that. So that's a sign that it's a karmic relationship. Sorry, but I understand that you're like, no, it's too good. Unfortunately, if it's making you not want to do things that you're supposed to be doing, like paying your bills and saving money and stuff like that, it's karmic. And look, we have Earth houses now: second house, sixth house, and 10th house. If they're affecting any of these, it's karmic. Okay, somebody could have been from World War One. Maybe you died in World War One. The Great War, July 28th, 1914 to November 11th, 1918. Europe, Middle East, parts of Africa, Asia Pacific. Somebody could be the youngest, or you could be dealing with somebody who's youngest, or somebody's just really immature. Again, somebody could be immature, a karmic feminine, masculine, or they could be younger than you. We have royal guardian. Somebody could remember what I was saying. Somebody was probably in a higher status, and that could also mean in guardians as well. Like you're a high level knight or some shit. We have lord in waiting, lord or lady in waiting. Again, like these could be what you could have been in a past life. Sedona, Arizona is coming out for, maybe you're from Sedona, Arizona. Again, not everything is going to fit. Golden baby, somebody could be the golden child. Whenever I said there's rebirth from the confirmations, and I was also talking about East with the dawn is a new dawn, is a new day. That's what I was getting. So like new beginnings. So as long as you're not doing the dark side of things, you're going to expect new beginnings. Somebody could be prideful or be in their ego at this time. Somebody 5 foot and above. Thoroughly check your car before meeting up. Again, if you're dealing with people who you know are gonna probably try and get you arrested, you definitely want to check your car. Make sure your car doors are always locked. Somebody could have been in a celebrity in another life. We do have settlement here. Intergalactic guardian. Somebody could have been that in a former life. Again, these are just lives here. Like this is more of like a multiverse. Like if you think of it as different galaxies having similar places like Earth that we live on, obviously, then then we're not alone. Then there's good possibilities that you were somewhere else in a different life as a guardian. You could be dealing with an air sign. You could have been another air sign in another life. Like you could have been an air sign in another life. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. We got World War II. We got fighting. Whenever I said somebody went to war for sure. There was some type of war back in the day that you were in. You could have been an intergalactic royal guardian for all we know. Who knows? King dynasty, final imperial dynasty. Final countdown. We got the snake out here. Here's the dates. We just passed 2025 as well. Just 10 minutes a day keeps the haters away. That's right underneath celebrity too. You've learned from your mistakes. It's time to forgive yourself and be the best version of you. And remember, I was saying, like, you probably were karmic in the past, and now you're learning from all your mistakes, and you're getting that new beginning. This could have been something you did back in the day, or somebody did to you. Again, put it where it needs to go. But like I said, like, this sounds like you're just breaking karmic cycles. Just remember to learn from your past. Your brother and sister had sexual relations with your, significant other, baby mama and baby daddy. You or them could have light features, hair, skin, or eyes. We got friend here, baby mama, baby daddy again. Oh, with this, like, somebody, I'm getting man child, like a mama's boy, because golden baby, somebody could be seen as a golden child. Somebody could be obese, you or them. We do have deadbeats. They did dark magic on your child. That's why your child is acting the way they are. They're acting weird. Sleeping with the enemy. Central or Latin America. Ursa Tribrid, healer, dreamer, messenger. You could have been one of those things in a former life. Like, you could have been healer. Remember, we had the potions. And what was the other one? Oh yeah, the candies. So, like, say, like, the candies could be, like, some type of, like, herb or something that you chew, like ginger. And then the potions, you make elixirs and stuff like that. That could have been something that you could have done back in the day. With the Emperor in the reverse, say, like, say that you were, like, some type of mage or whatever, and whatever elixir you made to help, like, an emperor or something ended up killing them, and then you're in bad stuff. Yeah, something like that. That could have been something. We do have step sibling. That's coming right under your brother or sister has sexual relations with your baby mama, baby daddy. Somebody could have Egyptian ancestry. Big age gap, 10 to 15 years. Again, narcissist. Remember I was saying something about a narcissist? Not keeping firm boundaries. We do have ancient Greece. I was thinking about Greece out here before. Where was it? Where was it? Interesting. I think I saw Greece somewhere. Oh no, it was in the book. It was one of the books that was talking about Greece. So somebody could have been, like, in the Caesar days. We do have medieval, 5th and 15th century, the fall of the Roman Empire, rise of the Catholic Church, Renaissance defined by feudalism, Renaissance rebirth again. You can have multiple lives here. Mount Shasta. Your child is having bad dreams because of dark magic. First time here, welcome. This could be your first time here to my channel. Hi, thank you, welcome. So, like, share, subscribe. Keep up the amazing work. You're almost there. We have the power of 7 elements, 7 chakras, 7 main races, 7 virtues, 7 angels, 7 deadly sins, and the 7 dark angels. Okay. Your parent is extremely jealous of you. Again, this could be a parent that you're co-parenting with, and it can actually be an actual parent. Alright, we also got the FBI are investigating your family for the money and property they took from your stolen inheritance. They legally removed you from a will. That's coming out. We have a simple life. You could be living a simple life now. You could have been living a simple life then, and now you, like, say, like, you lived a simple life back then, and now you're more of a celebrity. You could be dealing with somebody who's shameless. Again, this is near the narcissist line. Somebody could be muscular. You could have been muscular fit back in the day. You could be now. Evil warlock. You've got father. This is parent figure. Spiritual activation. Somebody could have freckles. You were them. I literally just said not too long ago, it looks like you're trying to break karmic cycles. And what's it say? Karmic cycles must be broken or you will continue to relive all over again. And that's the rebirth. We got rebirth coming out here. There's a lot of lives have been lived here. Fallen on hard times. Bum and poor life. Somebody could live a lot of lives. Somebody could live a celebrity life, a royal life, the poor life, simple life. Or this could be the what you're going to end up dealing with if you don't break the karmic cycles. Like say you started off like coming here, like say your first time here was a divine royal lineage, right? And because you were karmic, each time that you came back on even falling on harder and harder times. Like you went from like being the head honcho to a lady in waiting, right? And then you came back to somebody as a guard, right? And then you came back as somebody who went to war several times and probably died horrible deaths. Again, Western philosophy, democracy, Olympic Games, theater. With ancient Greece, the fall, like with this, the fall of an empire, like there's plenty of things here that you could have went to war several times. You could have been masculine numerous times. Okay? You could be dealing with somebody, like I could be talking to somebody who's either masculine right now and it's just been masculine lives all throughout because we got so many masculines. Because when you look back in time, who's always going to war? It's not women. Women were always not going to war. Okay, there were some women who did go to war because they wanted to fight for the country, which was fantastic. More power to you. But for the most part, stereotypically, men went to war. So you could have possibly lived very masculine lives, living on hard times. You could have been this golden man child from before, you know what I mean? And now you're back here. You could be, you could have been somebody who's muscular and is now obese, you know what I mean? So it's like every time you come back, you're given harder and harder lives to live through in order to break the karmic cycles, okay? Because they don't want to give you the same type of life you lived just for you to, live your life in lavish luxury and then break the karmic cycle. No. You've demoted yourself, so you're going to live it like more of a demoted life. Not to sit here and say that any of this, like whatever people do, is not of high importance. You know what I mean? But it's a step down. You're going through more hard times. We got secret marriage. You could be finding out that some shameless asshole secretly is married. Family life. Regular checkups. Don't do it. It's not worth it again. That's right there. We got Northwest. And we also got check your mailbox. Okay. Is there anything else that you need me to do for this? Like any Scrabble letters or anything like that? Nope. Okay. Alright. Well, that's all I got for you guys on this one. The next reading that I'm going to do, like the next pick a card that I'm going to do after this, I'm going to do like who was I in a past life. Okay? So, I'll see you guys on the next one. Like, share, and subscribe. And if you picked another pile, I will see you on that pile. Okay? Bye. Hello, welcome back. This is pile number 2. If you've chosen pile number 2, you have chosen the Aventurine. So, my kid should be coming home any minute now. Alright, so what it looks like, I'm getting a couple stories here. One, I'm looking at somebody who is, or I'm speaking to somebody who is going, remember these are messages from my past lives. So this is something that your past lives are basically telling you is going to happen again, or this is something that you've been through in the past, like in a past relationship. Like it just seems like these are more karmic cycles, making sure that you break karmic cycles. Now, with this one here, you have the Four of Swords, which is basically in your head. Sorrow is just thinking about stuff. Not in your head negatively, but it's just like I keep feeling like I'm hearing the beeping, but it's like other vans around. Okay, so you have the Four of Swords, which is basically just in your head about a specific decision, right? Like, are they thinking about me? Kind of daydreaming in the sense of what if, right? And then the Nine of Wands in this deck was representing in a sense of like, everything's gonna be okay. Just come to me and I'll take your problems away. Just like giving it to God in a sense. Um, this speaks about turning clay into life. This is in the reverse. And with the sun also in reverse, I'm getting like somebody's light is going out or has gone out. We also have the Six of Swords, which is like sailing off into the waters. And then you get the Three of Swords, and this one is giving me the Fates. If you remember who the Fates are, and if you've ever seen the movie Hercules or know about the Greek mythology, the Fates had that single thread, and there's a thread that they cut. Okay, so this is some type of inheritance, or you're letting go of a job that, like, say this is a job, like maybe it's not even an actual person. Say this is a job that, you really care about where you work, you care about what you do for people, you care about the people that you work with, but unfortunately, for whatever reason, it could be new management, it can be the fact that you need more pay and they're not willing to give you more pay. It's just something that's basically, it's bittersweet. Like it's bittersweet because when it was talking about with this one here in the reverse, it was talking about having great hopes or sweet what the hell did it say? I'm losing my train of thought because I'm getting distracted looking at my phone for my Ring camera. Half close your eyes, or you will be blinded by my beauty. I am the light that illuminates the world, the heat that generates life and good health. So, like I said, like this, like somebody's probably passing on, or again, like maybe another job has like better health benefits or something like that. It could be something like that. Like maybe a job has better quality somewhere else, and unfortunately, you have to leave this place even though you like the people that you love or like the people that you work with. This again could also be somebody who's passing, but it looks like you've got an inheritance coming. All right. With the Harry Potter, we have Quidditch equipment, Harry Potter glasses, Buckbeak, Triwizard Cup, and then you also have Time Turner. So, okay. Yeah, so it's something that you see coming. This is something, I don't think this is a death that's going to happen suddenly. This is something that's been a long time coming. I think this is something that's been a long time, like in the making. Like it's only a matter of time before somebody passes, or it's a matter of time before you're gonna have to leave this job for a new one. And this could also be a relationship too. Like you could really care about this person, but you just clash. Maybe they've fallen into the drink too much or some type of bad habit, and unfortunately it's just because keep in mind, you could have already found your person. All right, just keep in mind of this, you could have found that person already, but because this person decided to veer off that path, that person became like a fallen angel or whatever, like a fallen twin. So, it's bittersweet, but, you have to do what's best for you. But at the end, even though this is going to be painful, it's going to hurt, it is going to be sad, you will feel pain for a time. You're going to grieve. Grieve the way you need to grieve. As long as it's healthy, grieve in a healthy way. Feel what you need to feel, but in a healthy way. But you're going to receive abundance after that. Like whether it's a happier relationship, this could be a happier relationship within yourself. Okay, one second, my kid's here. Okay, I'm back. So this could be in a sense of your past life telling you like you probably have a hard time dealing with grief or finding a way to transmute it. On the back of the goddess deck, it was 11. What was 11? Strength. Intelligence, self-confidence, discipline, and self-control can be more powerful than the venom of a snake. So it's just like that you may have to deal with a lot of pain, a lot of grievances. It may be hard to deal with that type of stuff, but just know that you had the strength to get through it. With this here, like I was saying, this is something that's a matter of time. We got Time Turner. We also have TikTok over here saying running out of time, not a lot of time left. So this could be something, like I said, this could be something that is ultimately going to happen. What was it? So on the back of this one was Nimbus 2000. When in Harry Potter, when they were talking about the Nimbus 2000, they said it's the fastest broom in the air or something like that. So obviously, this message could be coming in quick. This thing could be happening fast. It's a Nimbus. I don't remember. I should write what the suit is, because that could tell you. This could be happening in 2 years. This could be happening in 9 years. Because we'll get to this here in a second. But there's something on the back. Like okay, so the back of this card, the back of this deck, is at Cancer. So somebody could have been battling cancer for the last 9 years or 11 years. 2 to 11 years. Like this is a long time coming, but this could be also in a sense like say this is you, where like your time is coming soon, like like you have some type of cancer, my condolences, but like your time is running out, and you're like with here you're making sure that everybody is going to be taken care of, like their cup is going to run over, like that's what you're like, that's the fate. That your fate is sealed. You're preparing for a journey. Yes, it's going to be a hard one. It's going to put you in your head. This could be in the sense of making sure that you have all your affairs in order. So let's read. Okay, so this one here. All right. I'm still kind of learning what these things mean in the tarot. Okay, so when I'm looking at this, I'm looking at somebody who has a family. They have children, they have a family, and with this, like I'm getting with this, like this, it's kind of talking about this a little bit, how they're looking towards them, and like they know, like they're gonna have to go soon. They could be having a talk with their kids, like an emotional talk with their children. Like she's sitting down with her kids, having a talk with them, letting them know, like, hey, I'm getting that movie, Stepmom, with Susan Sarandon and Julia Roberts. That's a good movie. It could be something like that where she's sitting everybody down. She's like having a conversation. He or she, flip the gender roles where it needs to go, but you can have one child, you can have multiple children, whatever, but it seems like you're sitting down, like this could be something that you've been dealing with for quite some time. maybe something that you've had since you were young, and it's now coming into like that time where it's like, all right, yeah, it's this, whatever it is, has run its course. Again, this could be a job too, like you've been forever. It could be a retirement, you know what I mean? And it's time to it's time to close shop, time to close this chapter and move on. It could be something along those lines, but I'm getting more of like somebody actually is passing. Again, this could be telling you that this is something that happened to you in your last life, like you had to go through something like this before. Over here we have Chastity, Innovation, Player in Reverse, Divine Twin, Venus, Just Business, Patriot. See, this here, to me, like, could be your energy. Like, you are somebody who probably is abstinent, who is innovative, who's not in a player energy, who's in that divine twin energy. You don't even have to be in a divine twin relationship. Like, you're in a divine relationship with the divine, you know what I mean? Or with yourself. Like, you're happy with yourself. We also have Venus here, relationships. Again, you could be in a relationship. It doesn't have to be. This, again, could be a relationship with your higher self, with yourself, or this could be the relationship that you have with a parent. Obviously, with Chastity here, like, this is a non-sexual relationship. With Just Business here, that's kind of clarifying that as well. That, like I said, it doesn't have to be romantic. It's just, it could be something, again, it could be just business. With the Patriot here, some type of father figure. It could be, again, split the gender roles here. Somebody could be a Gemini or have it highly aspected in their chart, sun, moon, rising. With Venus out here, we could say Venus as well. You could be talking about North Node and Stellium. Somebody could be animated, active, and energetic, or that could have been how they were. Because now I'm looking at like the wheelchair. Like, somebody may not be like that anymore. Like, you could have known them to be that type of energy. Somebody could own horses. They could had a horse, or they could be the Chinese zodiac of a horse. The dates could be significant. Somebody could be long in the face. Maybe somebody have long features. With ticking clock, time's running out. With fourth house in reverse, it says home, roots, family, emotions, femininity. This, like, again, somebody could, with Cancer here. Okay. Yeah, so this could be a Cancer thing. So like I said, on the back of this card was Cancer, and then here it has Cancer as well. So somebody could be a Cancer, or somebody could have Cancer of some sort. It doesn't even have to be the worst kind of cancer. It could be something that they've had for a very long time that is basically run its course. It sucks either way, I get it. But like with the Roots family, it basically, I'm not getting, like, this could be something that's not even family related. This could be, like I said, retirement, something's run its course. But this type of news can turn the house upside down, like in Stepmom, when she tells her kids, like, the daughter basically just has a meltdown. It's understandable. With kindness here, again, somebody could be kind in the sense of making sure that somebody's taken care of in a will with money, work, income. In the reverse, second house is up, not in the reverse, but upright here. But with kindness, somebody could be kind enough to be doing that. But what I'm getting here is like somebody's health is declining. Maybe you're going to go ahead and maybe move in or move this person in and help take care of them until their time is up. That could be a situation. Whatever this is, it's going to transform. Again, with retirement, you do get a retirement fund, you get a pension, right? So that could help you transform your life into something else. We do have fairy and dwarf here. Fairy is supernatural. I mean, they're both supernatural, but what I'm getting with fairy is like supernatural, ethereal. That could be like somebody could be in the esoteric or the occult, or they can do something when it comes to religion. And dwarf, I'm getting more of a hard worker, somebody who's, you know, who's a fighter, who has, like, with that strength. I was talking about the strength card. We have Lilith, shadow work, power, sexuality, and taboo. I was looking at both those words and I just somehow combined them. Somebody could have done the shadow work. Maybe there's gossip about whether or not somebody has done the shadow work. We have the rabbit here. Somebody could be Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising. We got Venus again. North Node, Stellium. Somebody could have a rabbit. Somebody could be the Chinese zodiac of the rabbit. The dates could be significant. Again, somebody could have tattoos of these things. Quiet, elegant, kind, and responsible. We have kindness out here twice. First house, somebody could be an Aries. Self, appearances, beginnings, the body, first impressions, attitude, identity, approach to life. Again, this could have been a situation that you went through. This could have been a really, really, like, you probably went through a dark night of the soul and you've done your shadow work and now you're about ready to step into abundance. Because we also got cherubim here. There was a couple cards that I was told to, like, put in here. Fairy being one of them, dwarf being one of them, cherubim being another. These ones as well. Well, not all those ones, but, like, what was it? That one, this one, Lemuria, Mermaid, Anwin, and Heaven. So there's a couple other ones, but I think they're within the piles here. But the cherubim. Oh, did I pass it? I think I passed it. Yeah. Keepers of divine knowledge in the records of God and records in the records of God. They guard the way to the tree of life and represent the ultimate wisdom of the Creator. So whatever this was is giving me, like, divinely orchestrated. My phone just went off. And now I have two tower cards. I have a tower that's falling, and then I have this tower that's, you know, obviously, you know, God shining down on it. It's abundant. It looks nice. It looks sturdy. Everything's fine. And then the masculine energy. So it seems like it's whatever this is, whatever it is, whether it's a situation that you've been through, you did the dark night of the soul, and you're coming out and you're stepping into abundance. It's divinely orchestrated. It's divinely guided. They're shining down on your progress, and you're stepping into your masculine. Like, I'm getting Emperor energy. Okay, so that's your Emperor energy. This could also be in a sense of getting into some higher learning. You're starting off with, you start off as, like, this little baby, right? And you're with the Queen of Hearts. What did it say? Emotional intelligence, unconditional love, deep intuition, and compassion. This card signifies nurturing a pathetic presence who leads with their heart and offers a safe, healing space for others. And then the Silver Dragon was talking about divine feminine wisdom, spiritual protection, high vibrational frequencies, and emotional clarity. And then the Jack of Clubs is like a Page of Wands energy associated with action, patience, and attention. Then you have the Jack of Diamonds. Regarding your work, finances, or tangible opportunity is on its way. Yeah. And it's going to be, okay, so so anything, whether it's something you're learning to be new, whether you're retiring and, you know, going to a different job, or you're actually just going into retirement, whether you're experiencing a loss, doing the shadow work through all this, and you got to know your shadow work. If you go into Cafe Astrology, it's free, and you type in where your if you type in Cafe Astrology free birth chart, okay. You'll need to know the city you were born in, the state you were born in, and the time you were born to have an accurate chart read. The time of your birth is going to be on your birth certificate, so just so you know that. But if you type in Cafe Astrology free birth chart, you would type in what I just told you, and you will look into what your sign is for Lilith, and it will tell you exactly what your shadow work is, and where your shadow work needs to be worked on, like where it lies at. So that will give you a better, more like in-depth view of what it is you need to work on when it comes to your shadow self, if you don't already know that. Okay. So on the back of the confirmations, we had surprise in the reverse, and we have plunger. So with the shadow work, you're going through, you're cleansing out what no longer serves you. You're getting rid of, like, that could also be emotions, what no longer serves you. Surprise in reverse, again, depending on what this is, you already know it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. But again, it's going to be sad, but from what it looks like, it's going to put you in a very, very good place. As long as you stay on the straight and narrow, you're going to be fine. Staying out of player energy, Jezebel energy, like the dark side of things, you'll be fine. So on the back of the dragon deck, it said the silver egg, and with the silver egg, that's basically saying, like, with the egg, you're birthing new, and with the silver egg, like, you're birthing new feminine wisdom, spiritual protection, high vibrational frequencies, and emotional clarity. Like, you're birthing new spirit, like a spiritual awakening. That's what it was. Thank you. So whatever this is like an awakening to something new. Whether it's a new type of life that you didn't think you could live, or if it's a new religion, it could be that too. Maybe a religion's not really working out for you like how you thought it was, and maybe you're changing religions. It happens, you do what's best for you. I hate it when people try and force people to do things that they believe to be true. As long as it works well for you and you're not doing just good for yourself, but also unto others, and vice versa, then you're fine. You're fine, okay? Again, you can't, you can't sit here and say that you're on the right to good, but then you're sitting here freaking running your mouth, talking shit, and causing problems. That's not how it works. Okay, so with that said, we're going to go ahead and clean this up. And I'm going to read off your oracles first. So after I read off your oracles, I'm going to clean this up, and I'm going to get into your messages, because there's a lot. I wasn't going to be able to get it all out here. So for Spoon, this card is a prompt for you to be more flexible, to be willing to bend with new ideas, and to adapt to situations required. It is a sign to let go of rigid thinking, Four Swords, and the desire to always be in control. It is a wake-up call to stop doing the same thing and expecting different results. That's the definition of insanity. And it is a reminder that you can do anything if you set your mind to it. You simply need to believe in yourself. And the back of that one was Cancer. Oh, no. It was Circle. Cancer's on the other one. 1 second. Just checking on my kid who's quiet. You know when they go quiet, you're just like, something's wrong, but he's fine. Alright, so the bottom of this one is Circle. To build on your connection and sense of unity with higher worlds, find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, whether within your home or outside in nature, and create a circular field of positive energy around you, either physically or mentally, marking it out with crystals or candles. Make your circle as big as or small as you like. Oh, that's an exercise. Okay. Well, there you go. Somebody needed to know how to do that. Whatever is going on in your life right now, know that you're right in the right place. Like the circle, you're connected and part of a whole. Even though you may not be able to see the bigger picture yet, this card is a reminder to trust in your intuition and to keep moving forward, putting one foot in front of the other. Your path will become clearer with each step you take. If you do that exercise that I just said, will probably help you with that. Okay? And then we have these guys here. All right, we'll start with 13. A most prosperous perfection. Expect abundance, appreciate beauty and blessings. Monetary wealth and general abundance are on the horizon for you now. What did I just say? What did we talk about? To usher in these blessings with the greatest possible ease, conjure a sense of expansive gratitude and present moment of opulence. When you delight in the bounty and beauty surrounding you, you will naturally attract even more of the same. The simplicity of this axiom makes it no less true. You become wealthier when you appreciate the wealth you already have. Be careful not to measure your wealth against the wealth of others, using external indicators of status. The definition of wealth is not the degree to which you can impress others with fancy, stylish, and expensive things. Wealth is simply knowing that by your own intrinsic standards of comfort, stability, and enjoyment, you have enough. And then we have 28. These violent delights. See through the drama and games. You have been drawn into a drama. Something seductive, exciting, and dark. Perhaps you haven't realized there is a form of beauty in this pot because you have only been focused on the drama's requisite heartbreak or discord. But the beauty is there. Sometimes we actually crave drama in order to inject a little excitement into life. This is not a judgment. In fact, life would be half-lived if it didn't contain at least a little such delectable enchantment and pain. But the message here is that conditions are unstable. As they are, they certainly cannot hold. Someone may be drawing someone else into a lovely trap, or you the trapper. Are you the trapper or the trapped? Most likely a little of both. But take heed. If things continue as they are, a glorious shipwreck could be ahead. As the great bard wrote, these violent delights have violent ends. If you aren't ready for an ending, you must find a steadier pace and navigate toward calmer waters. And then we have 51. Have I been reading from the wrong book? Yes, I have. Well, okay. Well, there's a little bit. Because I'm looking at this, I'm like, wait a minute. This says 51, and this only goes up to 45. Well, there you go. One second. Regardless of me reading from the wrong book, that actually coincided a little bit with what's been going on. Okay? So now I got the right book. Okay? Alright, we'll make this quick. So 13. Aries. And we have Aries out here too. Come on. I guess I'm just a natural warrior. The Aries card says that it's okay to push now. Just don't push too hard. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and the energy of this card is that the dynamic trailblazer. Aries is the fire of creation. This means Aries can be highly creative. I thought that's a short sentence. This means Aries can be highly creative. I thought that was a longer sentence. My bad. Since they are impatient, they are so also blunt and to the point. They make no effort to pretend to be something other than what they are, which in their eyes is number one. Traditionally, Aries is a warrior sign, which means being always on the defensive and ready for action. Care must be taken to not be too foolish or rash. However, it's time to work for a cause and get things started just to make sure you finish all you start. Okay, then we have 28th. Fourth house, and we got fourth house out here too. I love you as certain dark things are to be loved, in secret between the shadow and the soul. Pablo Narada, Sonnet 17, 100 love sonnets. Okay. Your question may somehow be rooted in the past. The fourth house is ruled by the moon and governs the feelings, all the ways we are touchy, emotional, dreams, and our soul yearning. It signifies the home, family, and the earliest phase of childhood, even to the time shortly before birth when we were still in the womb. It is the babe within the womb. It is the cover that protects us from the world. This house represents nurturing, giving nourishment, and safety. It symbolizes mothering and motherhood, and also the father who is able to mother and nurture his offspring. And finally, whatever is being asked about may occur around the time of the full moon. Whenever we were talking about flexibility, and then for the spoon, and then we were going into the circle, which is the back of the deck on that one, and I was reading off the exercise confirmation. Maybe you should do that around the full moon. Maybe you should do that. Okay, and then we got 51. Since this one actually goes to 51. I was just like, holy shit, I'm reading the wrong book. Oh, it's raining. I hear the thunder. The thunder's coming. Thunder. Mishaps are like knives that either serve us or cut us as we grasp them by the blade or by the handle. Mercury retrograde is regarded as a time when things tend to go wrong. In actuality, it marks 3.5-week period where any important actions should be postponed. About 3 or 4 times a year, Mercury goes through a motion called retrograde. This means to go back or retreat. But although Mercury, the planet of slippery wit, fluency, and adaptability, this inner planet so close to the sun appears to be going backwards, it's not. The retrograde movement of a planet is just an illusion because the Earth is orbiting the sun. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Mercury isn't a predictable planet going along its normal direct path anyway. But once it goes retrograde, all things ruled by Mercury suddenly begin to wobble and go off kilter. However, if you're a writer, when Mercury is a retrograde, it is a perfect time to revise your writings. Interesting. It means there is more than what you know about a situation at the current time, and that the possibility of the relationship getting on its legs and moving ahead is very likely. It is also a fortuitous time to connect with a lover from the past. It is a time to revise, reinvent, and renew. Not to sit here and say that you should talk to an abuser. If your abuser is an abuser and you want to go no contact, do not take this as like, oh, I should ignore my no contact. No. If you were in no contact, do not contact. Okay? Take this as it resonates. I'm going to read the back of that one, but I gotta get a drink first. Lord. Because I was reading that, I'm like, ooh, okay. Yeah. If you are in no contact, remain in no contact. Okay, so now we got Cancer. I feel. Oh man, I forgot to write down the number. Where's Cancer? 70. I usually write down the number for it. There you go. Your feelings are your God. Your feelings are your God. The soul is your temple. Rely upon the wisdom of what you feel right now. Individuals born under the sign of Cancer are mysterious and alluring, just like the ruler of the moon. A solitary orb that floats alone in the night sky, yet is still very much in sight. Right now, your moods may be changeable, just like the moon's phases throughout the month. And you may, God, it's hard to read because it's getting darker in here. And you may want to hide and withdraw from hurt and pain. Perhaps this pain is real or imagined, but in this solitude, you will build a greater strength to face whatever that holds you back. Okay. Okay, so, alright, with that being said, I'm going to move this out, and then we're going to get into the messages. Alright, 1 second. Okay, we are back. So, if somebody is coming into some type of money or whatever, maybe you might want to buy land and build your own home. That could be something that's going on with somebody right now. And if it is, like, say, even if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. If you don't want to, you do what's best for you. This could be in regards to somebody who is in the process of doing that. If so, this message is for you. We have Venus, fertility, beauty, enthusiasm, goddess of romance and lust, Taurus, Libra. Your relatives are Masons and knew what damage they were doing. They knew that the damage they were doing would affect your destiny. Lived for the gods, angels, and divine, so you might have lived a life where you might have doing that now, or you might have lived a past life as like a monk or a nun, or just you lived for God. You spoke for the word of God. Your divine masculine, divine feminine is not your ex. They know you are their divine feminine or masculine, but are intimidated by you. So your ex is not your divine counterpart, but somebody you know knows that they are, but they are intimidated by you. Do some shadow work. Somebody needs to do some shadow work. We have lover, that's right under Venus. We have brother, relatives. Somebody probably has a brother, or this could be an uncle. So, like, say if you don't have any brothers, but say that your mother or your father has brothers, or they could be your uncles. There is vehicle magic on your car. Sage it and clean it. Midwest. You could be from the Midwest. You could have had a life in the Midwest. You could be looking to build a house in the Midwest. 3 or more are involved. We have Emperor. Somebody's going to meet an Emperor. 7th house. I forgot. Okay. Yeah, domains, partnerships, contracts, one-on-one relationships. This is a house of partnerships. It governs marriage, business alliances, and even open conflicts like legal disputes or visible adversaries. It represents you in relation to the other. So this brother could have you could have some type of partnership for this brother, or there's some type of contract. Like say there's some type of contract on you. This could be insurance. Chubby, not yet overweight. You could be that now. You could have a life like one of your old lives. You were chubby. You could have been a merchant in an older life. We have Libra. We have Libra out here twice. We have Dragon. No, today's again. We're later on in the year, so obviously you can add. You need to add 12 years to every year that's here. That gives you the next year. Okay, so like 28 plus 12 is what? 40. Okay, so it's like that. Magic stick. We got goat. Dates. You're on the right track. Don't let them divert you. We have frat boy. Somebody could have been part of a fraternity. Your coworker wants you fired. Jealousy, envy. Again, there could be, like I said, something could have been happening around somebody's work. Somebody needs to meditate under ice. Maybe somebody needs to meditate under ice. Those ice baths again? Make sure you understand your health and what you can and cannot do. Okay. Somebody could speak a second language. You are a natural challenger. You speak the name and you're instantly connected. Remember to say goodbye every time. Sage after and pray. Kingpin. This doesn't necessarily have to be in the illegal or the karmic sense. They could just be in the sense of somebody's like a boss, like a head, like a big boss person. It's right under emperor too. But you know, again, you could have been a kingpin in a former life. You could have been an emperor in a former life. Somebody could have short hair now, or you could have short hair back in a former life. In a former life too. Like, say you're living your life now, and then back in the day when you were living in your shadow self, you had short hair. This could be that type of thing. This doesn't necessarily have to be a past life of like 1,000 years ago. This could be in the life that you're living now, and you're no longer that same person. Okay? We have fire houses. Aries, Leo, Sag. House of self, house of pleasure, house of purpose. The players may change, but the game remains the same. Country bumpkin. You can, and this comes right under, you can set your ancestors free right underneath Channeler. Bounty hunter. That's under Kingpin. That would be kind of interesting if one life you were like a head cartel dude. Let's just use that as an example. Say you were a cartel in a former life, and then you came back as a bounty hunter in another life, and vice versa. We have Southwest, living the bum life. Could have lived a bum life, or you're living a bum life now. Hip hop, urban. Oh, somebody could have lived a John Wayne Gacy lifestyle, rapist, sadist, kidnapper, serial killer, or you could have lived a life where something like this happened to you. We also have baby mama here. Hot dude. Okay. So I didn't. Yeah. No. When I'm doing the shuffle, I just end up putting all the cards together into a pile when I'm done and moving on. Okay, so I don't even know what half of these things say. Sometimes the only reason why I would know is if when they flipped out like face up like this. We got they're abusing divination. I'm just dude. Somebody could have a child with somebody like this, and this person abuses them, and it doesn't even have divination or somebody's name could be Divinia, somebody's name could be Divine. I'm also getting Desiree, Divi. Somebody's name could be Nation. I got Tion, Dion, Vinia. Tania, Tanisha. Okay, we also got an Earth Angel. We got Gemini. The fact that Gemini is coming right next to John Wayne Gacy, somebody could be living a double life. Okay. Again, this doesn't have to be now. This could be something that's happened probably in a very past life. We got below average. Somebody's like either body, mind, or soul. We have Earth Angel children. We got baby mama. So a baby mama could be an Earth Angel. They could have a child with somebody they could be all these things, one of these things, or a few of these things. Rapist, sadist, kidnapper, serial killer. Okay. We also have informant. Somebody could know information about this. Like she probably, like say this person has some type of information about this and they're giving information. We got they will plead insanity. Somebody can be well endowed. Human experiment, human, animal, inanimate object, and chemical. This is getting dark. This has got real dark. This could be a life that you used to live. Like say you were murdered in another life, right? And like this person could be this person that murdered you did some experimentation stuff on you or some shit like that. Something along those lines. Oh my god. We got test subject, medical, psychological. You know, it'd be interesting if they never really killed these guys. Like they're not really dead. They're just made to look like they're dead, and then they wake up in a fucking hospital somewhere where they're being experimented on. There's nothing they can fucking do about it. They're like, I have rights. No, you don't, because technically, you're dead. That would be crazy. That would be one hell of a movie if they turned that into a movie. Your daughter is a next Ursar Tribrid. Somebody could have a daughter who's gifted. Or is going to have a daughter who's going to be gifted. We also have Bonnie and Clyde. Robber, burglars, murderers. The information here, they say somebody got arrested. And somebody's, with informant here, somebody's, like, say this is a Bonnie and Clyde energy, right? And someone got arrested. One of them's going to turn and be the informant. We have soulmate, which is right underneath Bonnie and Clyde. You and your child are safe. Live out your destiny. They made you think you needed them, but it is you they need in order to make it seem like you need them. They use your money to fund their lifestyle. We got hourglass. We got well endowed. So maybe so I could be talking to a female, or talking about an hourglass built female. We also have round with the hourglass here. Somebody probably has a round booty. Family friend. We also have Sagittarius, a Viscountess. You could have been a Viscountess. The fact that, dude, exorcism, human experiment, and test subject. Genius mastermind. This is coming out right next to all this crazy bullshit. We got herbalism, secret admirer, 10th house, which I believe is philosophy, wisdom. We also got the Shang dynasty. We have early oracle bone writing. So we have that Earthstar Tribrid Earth Angel. So you could be an Earth Angel. Okay, we also have that water sign is a hater. We also have bodybuilder. What the hell? We have Richard Ramirez, rapist, burglar, murderer, serial killer, child molester. We have rats. Hit the dates. We have temperance, dwarves, and then we get dwarves and the Did we get dwarves in this? Yep. Yep. You got ocean. Somebody lived by the ocean. Or, like, maybe if you vacation a lot to, like, water or whatever, you're probably called to that in a specific way. You have divine witch, oracle, earth angel. Yeah. Moon, cancer. I think we were getting cancer before too. Cancer could be significant. Somebody could be a cancer, but I'm also getting somebody could be have cancer. We also have Aries out here. Somebody could have been a pharaoh in an old life. We have Freemasons. We had the Masons out here too. So double work on Masons here. We have Uranus. I do believe we had Uranus out. Yep. Confirmation on the Uranus. Originality, sudden changes, electricity, and eccentricity. God of the sky, Aquarius. Lavish life, mediocre life, motorcycle or bike. Somebody can have that. You will get married and have children with the man of your dreams. There's rainbow baby here. You were born to be successful, and then we also got an electric bike. All right, so that's all the messages that I got for you guys on this one. And if you like what you heard, or if anything resonated, just let me know. Like, share, and subscribe. And if I see you in another pile, I'll see you there. If not, I'll see you on the next one. All right, love y'all. Bye. Hello, welcome back to the channel. If you picked the Obsidian Pile 3, this is your reading for Obsidian Pile 3. Okay. So, up here, what I'm getting is like there's a communication either to a Taurus or about your second house, which is your wealth stability, and there's going to be a change in that. This could be, we could be dealing with a Gemini, a Taurus, or an Aries, Scorpio, Capricorn. Again, these could be dealing with specific areas in these houses. Okay, second house, ninth house, third house, and first house, and eighth house. Okay, so something around those houses could be significant. But I am getting more about some type of change in finances, or because we got the scale. This is one of the other cards that I was guided to make another. It says the material outweighs the matters of the heart, and there's communication regarding that, either to a Capricorn or about somebody's job. Like, say for example, this could go good or bad. Okay, so say for example that a job that you are looking to get has decided to go a different path, because we got positive test result here, so something's positive. This could be positive in a negative sense, or it could be positive in a good sense. Either way, it's going to cause a tower moment, but in this case, it looks like it's a bad tower because we had the good tower card come out earlier. So it's like basically a break in somebody's foundation. We have Earth Angel reverse, and we have Humility in reverse. So somebody who's not an Earth Angel, or somebody who's not humble about this whatever change this is, they're not happy about it, okay? But because of this change, whatever it is, whether it's regarding to finances, like say for example, say if you're interested in somebody, but I mean, I'm not saying she's a gold digger, but she ain't messing with what's that? Jamie Foxx and she take my money, all I'm in need. Yeah, she Kanye West, that's what his name is. Kanye West and Jamie Foxx on Gold Digger. I'm not getting the whole song of the Gold Digger. I'm just getting that one phrase where she's at. I'm not saying she's a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke. I'm not saying the word, okay? I don't have that clearance to say that word, but that's the line, okay? Not saying the word, but if you know, you know. That's all I'm saying. I'm not inclined whatsoever to say that word, nor will I ever be. I don't care. My son's mixed race, so if he even starts saying it, I mean, I might even have a problem with him saying it a lot. Like, I know I had to work on my cursing and stuff like that, but I'm trying to make sure that he doesn't speak like that, not just saying that word, but just in general, if that makes sense. So he knows not to say no words, and that is a no word. So, because it can be said in a disrespectful sense or whatever, but you know, it's it's just like it's a no go in my house. That's all I gotta say. All right, so it looks like if this is a matter of somebody being with somebody may not be financially stable because mutable isn't fixed. It isn't stable. It means it's flexible. It can go up and it can go down. You can go back. It's like the Wonka Vader. Ooh. I should make a card with the Wonka Vader on it. The original one, not the one from the early 2000s. I'm talking about Gene Wilder. He's a good actor. But yeah. So I'm getting more of like somebody's finances is all over the place. We do have spring and summer out here, so this communication can be coming in the spring or summertime. Again, this energy is fluid. Everything is timeless here. So whenever you see this reading is when this is happening for you or has happened for you, and it's just confirmation. Again, these are messages from your past life. This could be messages from a past life that you've had in another lifetime, or this could be a life that you had before. And you know that what do they call that? Born again Christian. It's similar to that. It could be just like that, or it could be similar to that. Okay. So then, oh my goodness, I got a bruise there. I was like noticing. I was like, what is that? I thought it was a shadow at first, but no, it's a bruise. Okay, so but whatever this is, it's making somebody. It's somebody doesn't feel too humbled about the situation because I got humility in reverse. It's giving me the fact that somebody's upset about this. Like somebody's upset about the fact that they're. I don't think they're upset about the fact of a rejection. I mean, they could okay if you're looking at this in a relationship sense, right? This could be them being not upset, but understanding in the sense that okay, I'm not where this person, male or female, wants me to be at in life. Like there's a chance, but I need to start being more stable because especially if you're dealing with somebody who has children, if they're in the right mind frame, okay? If they're not in karmic cycles and they're not doing cycle after cycle after cycle, but you're actually on the right mind frame, like for me, I'm not going to have a revolving door of men just coming in and out of my son's life. You either come correctly or you don't. Like, I'm kind of using myself as an example here of like, I'm not saying I ain't dealing with I'm the gold digger because like money really isn't an issue for me because I can hold it down myself. Like I don't need you, but I would want you in my life, and I would rather have somebody want me in their life than need me in their life. Okay, because once that need has been filled, then what? You know what I mean? Like you should just want them in your life. So, but I need to know that you're stable, okay? That you know how to hold it down yourself. Like you should know how to be able to pay your own bills without. And I get that people fall on hard times. I'm not sitting here saying that people don't fall on hard times or it's frowned upon or you should be ashamed of that. No, I get it. What I'm saying is that you're couch surfing. You're still living at home with your parents. You're sleeping in a car, okay? I cannot, I cannot invest in something that I don't think is getting out of that situation. Like, if I feel like, okay, let's just say that you just got divorced, okay? You're fresh out of a divorce, you're trying to get back on your feet. I would be understanding, but at the same time, we are taking it slow, okay? Nobody's moving in with each other. I'm not moving you in here, and we're not just going to jump ship and move into a house together because of financial aspects. No. No, 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 no. I will talk to you. I will date you. I'm there for you. I'm a support system, but I'm not going to financially set you because I wouldn't expect a man to financially set me for the simple fact that I've been in a situation like that once before, not in a sugar daddy sense, but in a sense where I allowed myself to be submissive to the point that they had control over everything, and it was all take, and I was giving, but like, okay, so like if they're financially in control of everything, right, they're going out, but I have to stay home. I don't get to go anywhere. I don't get to do anything. They are the ones that get to go do stuff, and if they invite me to go with them, then they invite me. And I'm just like, no, I'd rather pay 1,000% of everything than deal with that shit. I'm good on that. So, but that's my idea on that. But if it's not, this might be in a job sense where somebody has to like say what do you call it? What do you call it? Not fired, laid off. Say you got laid off because the company is going bankrupt, or maybe the contract ended. It's not a personal vendetta against you. It's a money over, the material outweighs the matters of the heart. So in a sense, that might suck for you because then you have to go through all this financial aspects and tower moments and having to pay bills, or maybe having issues having to pay bills and stuff like that, and it's making you upset. So, but that also depends on what spectrum you're on. Now, if you're on the dark side of things, then you're definitely looking at Karmicville right now. You are getting communication about some hefty karma coming in, especially if it has something to do with wealth. Like if you're more about the wealth than your heart space, then you're going to be hitting with a something karmic, like not a karmic, some type of tower. We have the Black Bishop here. This is another card I was inclined to draw up. We have two of them. We have two bishops. We have a Black Bishop and then we have a White Bishop. So the Black Bishop deals with left, right. Yeah, so I think this is the right side of the brain. I think I put it on the right side. So the White Bishop would have this little slit on the other side. The Black Bishop would have this side. It signifies what side of the brain it operates in. With the Black Bishop, it works with the shadow and the subconscious, which is creativity, arts, feeling, intuition, creation, and imagination. Symbolizes spiritual truths that are hidden, intuitive, and mysterious, encouraging the exploration of the unseen spiritual realms. Now, this tower moment could be more of a spiritual activation. Like, say for example, like you just come into the fact that like you might be spiritually gifted in some sense, and you're realizing that you are too materialistic, and now you're doing the shadow work on that, and you're taking action because you got Mars with action, with the narcissist in reverse, the forever love spell, like what do you boy crazy, girl crazy, stuff like that. And then when you have power, fury, and violence in reverse, so like the ways you used to be with this humility in reverse, like maybe this stuff made you angry, but now that you're doing the shadow work, you're looking within. You're taking action also with looking at within. You're no longer not saying that everyone's a narcissist. I'm talking like arrogance, maybe some narcissistic tendencies. They could be a narcissist, and they could possibly be going into therapy to get guidance and tools on how to navigate that. Also, they're probably no longer boy crazy, so maybe they just taken themselves off the dating market, and they're working on their anger issues. Okay, so it looks like that could be a possible aspect as well. And again, with this whole this could be in reverse, like flip it and reverse it here. Like say your job isn't giving you the finances that you're looking for, and now they're getting communication that you're looking for a job elsewhere, but you're not taking it personal here because this is a matters of the heart. It's like, it has nothing to do with you guys. You know, I love working with you guys, but it's like, I've asked for a raise. You're not giving it to me. You're telling me that I'm being paid more than where I'm being at. But when you look at the line of median where I'm supposed to be at, I'm being paid underneath that, under the average, below average. So you're expecting me to go above and beyond, but I'm not being compensated. So test results positive. You got it's been confirmed. You have a job somewhere else, and you turned in your 2 week notice or whatever, and this has caused a tower moment for your old job. But that just makes you look within and be like, okay, well, I just dodged a fucking bullet and got out of there. So now you're no longer, maybe you're no longer dealing with a narcissistic boss who's, basically, talks a lot of shit, just basically has vendettas against certain people and do what they can to, like, kind of throw them under the bus to save their own ass, in a sense. Now, over here, one second. Okay. So over here, it kind of gives it. Okay, so basically, this is like a paraphrasing and the confirmation of what this is basically saying, right? So, you got somebody who's sharp, quick-witted, keen person, intensely perceptive. Somebody who's going within and is understanding, like getting communication about a certain, regression, withdrawal, going within, counsel, knowledge. Like I said, like, you could have gone, like, if you found out that, you should be getting paid more, and they're like, well, you're already getting paid more than anybody here, but then you go and do research, you go within to find out that you're actually getting paid below average for the amount of work that you're doing. So, you give an offer, and they're not willing to be flexible with you here, so you have to communicate with the fact that this has more to do with wealth than with, giving a damn. So, obviously you only see me as a number. So it's only fair that I only see you as a number. And because that number is not where it needs to be, you have to, tower moment, you got to look for a different job. And this is obviously making somebody very upset. Somebody could, like, because love and material wealth, like I said, this could be so many different situations. Somebody could be interested in somebody and found out that they are not where they need to be financially wise in order to date somebody. Because I feel like if you can't hold it down for yourself, what makes you think you can hold it down for somebody else? Okay? If you can't even hold it down for yourself, the last thing you need to do is be worried about dating somebody. Okay? Because, like, then you're going to be worried about whether or not you can take them out on a date. If you got gas to put in your car to take them out on the date. Or, just do anything. That's just straight anxiety, and you're going to end up resenting them. With no fault of the woman, like, say this is a man courting a woman, like, by no fault of the woman, like, she had no idea that she was already going to be resented for just because, she's expecting bare minimum. Okay? If you can't even do the bare minimum, don't even try. Just deal with the shit that you got to deal with. If you're just looking to hook up, do what you, it's your world, it's your life, do what you got to do. You know what I mean? But what it looks like here is, like, it's causing, depending on who it is, it's causing a tower moment for somebody to go within, to do some introspective work. And it does look like if this is a work situation, you got somebody who's very jealous and tyrannical over you. We got somebody with a violent temper. And look at this. This is in reverse. So this could be you. This is just from my past life. So this could be somebody who is quick to go off on people, right? This could be a reason why they might be getting let go because they're too quick to go off. Maybe they're I'm getting with the liquid here, maybe somebody drinks too much or indulges into, bad stuff. And it's causing their work efforts to be in vain, basically. So here we got treachery in the past, resolution of a problem. Again, that's that shadow work. That's basically going back and thinking like, okay. Now another aspect of this. Let me just finish this out. Okay, so somebody's going in, realizing what the problem is, and sometimes a lot of the problems is yourself. You're the problem. Okay, a lot of the times, not all the time, but for most of the time, about 80% of your problems is because of something you're dealing with internally. It's that 80, I'm giving it the 80-20 rule, okay? It's not an actual number here. I'm just giving it the 80-20 rule. It's like 20% of the problems that you have going on in your life is usually due to outsources, but 80% of the problems are because of you. Okay. So we got ingenuity and growth, hard work, progress, but we also got difficulties, intrigues, duplicity, treachery. So again, like, they did the work, they understand what the problem is, they're working on the problem, but it's not an easy fix, okay? You're going to be tempted, okay? It's tests. You're going to be tested. They are going to test you to see whether or not, and not just them, other people too, especially people from your past who know you as a different type of person. Like, again, that born-again Christian thing, possibly, where people might see you as somebody who sex, drugs, and rock. We'll just do that. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll type of lifestyle, right? And then you do that born again Christian thing, and then you decide, like, okay, I'm no longer that person. That was a long time ago, but because these people see you from way back when, that's all they see you as. They don't really see you for what you are now. But, at that point, you either set boundaries and be like, listen, you either cut them off or you just continue to deal with it, unfortunately, because a lot of the times people are going to be set in their ways, especially older people. They're going to be set in their ways, and they're just always going to see you as a certain person, and that's it. No matter what else you do in your life, you can, like I said, you can be sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and then all of a sudden do something better for your life in the future, but you're always considered that disappointment. You know what I mean? So again, at that point, you're looking for approval, external validation. Their approval is not desired nor required. Okay, the only person that you should care about thinks about you is one, God, and B, yourself. A, God, B, yourself. Okay, those are the only two people you should care about. Given a damn who care about you is those two. Okay. I am seeing something here regarding somebody who might be looking at a gold digger type of energy. This could be somebody you're dealing with in a treachery type basis, or this could be you. This could be your past energy. You could use trickery, deceit to receive happiness and thinking that it's going to give you a 10 of pentacles, but you're quickly realizing that it just puts you in the 10 of wands energy here. Like, no matter how much of this sex, drugs, and rock and roll that you do, you might feel bliss momentarily. You might get some money momentarily, but none of it lasts. It becomes an overburden. It just overburdens you. It leaves you in this destitute Five of Cups, burden energy. But again, with the Tower, something happens and you find the strength to be able, we have the Temperance here, to find the strength to be able to put things in temperance, like I said right here, like your attitude, your arrogance, your ego, your indulgences, and your temper. Everything, you're getting everything in check. And that's leading you to, what was this? The Knight of Cups. What did they say the Knight of Cups was in this one? I'm always traveling, and I bring messages of love, peace, harmony, and progress to the entire world. I am Epona, Celtic goddess, protector of horses and herds. So like say you ended up with kids too. So whatever lifestyle you put yourself in or whatever put you in a situation where it gave you children, but with the 10 of Wands here, maybe the child's father or the mother just bounced and they're no longer to be seen, so it's all you, or they fell into indulgences and you're just left with all this BS to deal with, right? Not to say children's bullshit, but I'm just saying everything that goes along with it. You know, the stressors that come along with it. And you're doing it by yourself. You don't have that other person to help you. But you find the strength, you find the temperance, the moderation. With this, you learn basically boundaries. You learn to establish and maintain boundaries, and then you let go of what no longer serves you. I feel like this is like one whole story and then a continuation of it, because we got treachery, betrayal, so whatever. Like you could be somebody who's very sharp or whatever, and you just got sucked into a fantasy world, because this is fantasy. So maybe you got sucked into a fantasy world that left you weary, disappointed. Maybe the person you got with was more of a love of material wealth, a hoarder, greedy. Maybe they made you jealous. Maybe they were very jealous, fickle. Possible infidelity, unstable emotions. Somebody who kind of turned you into a pick Misha, if that makes sense. Like you felt like you had to earn their love no matter what they did to hurt you, or whatever. You tried everything your darndest, and you just turned into the biggest pick Misha in order to do that, which is normally not you. And that could be what they're seeing. We got debacle, tyranny, disaster, self-destruction, violent temper, embarrassment. Yeah. Indecision in proceeding, reluctance. Again, if the children were involved, it could have been something like, well, maybe I can try and make it work for the kids. But unfortunately, with that tower moment here, that's no matter what, you can't fix somebody. You can't fix something where somebody else doesn't want to fix it. Like if it's a two-way street here, you can't make it work with somebody who's already given up. Okay, if they've already given up, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? There's nothing you can do. All right, you've done everything in the book. You've done everything you could do. At that point, if they haven't made a decision to get their head out of their ass, and put their feet on the ground and start moving, then you're gonna have to start moving. Literally, pack your shit and leave. And with the difficulties, a traitor, deceiver. Again, say you decide to grow and deal with everything. You got somebody who's gonna make it kind of hard for you. Like if you're trying to divorce and they're not with getting a divorce, something like that. They make it hard for you. But here you got it's an act. You got the 6 of Cups here, which is basically saying goodbye to what no longer serves you. It's like, we're done. Wash your hands of it. Okay, then over here, we got a lot of oracles. But before we do the oracles, on the back of the deck for the confirmations, we have theatrical and drama king and our queen. Oh man, okay. So here's another thing. Oh shit, okay. So on the confirmations deck, there was 2 piles, right? Because it's a big deck. The first pile, the back of it was theatrical, drama king, and or queen. So somebody could be causing drama, and we were getting that up here as well. And then pile B, and this coincides also with the test results with positive that can cause a tower moment. STD, disease and or sexually transmitted disease and or demons. So that could cause a tower moment in somebody's life to no longer be in that Jezebel energy. Or like I said, it could be a marriage where you found out that your spouse You know, with infidelity here, somebody could have just cheated and got a disease, and it, you know, basically gave it to you. Hopefully, it was something that you could get rid of. If not, that's probably why Earth Angels in reverse. Like, say if you're originally an Earth Angel and you got scorned permanently, that might have turned you into the reverse. Now, energetically, you can still have that, but that ranking probably went down. Or that was more of a dark angel. You were dealing with a dark angel, not an earth angel. Somebody could perceive them as an earth angel, but found out that they are a dark angel. Like, this bitch gave you something you can't get rid of. You know, it could be something along those lines. All right, so we're gonna do these guys first. Alright, so back of this one was 2 coins, and the back of this one was the Queen of Cups. So as soon as you let go of what no longer serves you, you become the Queen of Cups. And then over here, with the 2 coins, meaning basically like you're gonna find your financial stability. You're gonna find that job or whatever that's gonna get you to where you need to be. That could also be a lawyer. What are we doing? This is mob. And we're gonna go into number 15. Love, send me wings. Love, let love carry you. Love indeed has lent you wings. Those wings can carry you swiftly to new worlds and dizzying heights. So why do you feel uneasy? Because in your heart of hearts, you know that flying too high can be dangerous, your wings are delicate, and the desired outcome of your daring errands cannot be guaranteed. And yet, of course, you must fly. The only thing you must not do is stay where you are out of fear. There will be fear. For humans, where there is love, there is always fear. But here is the secret. Your love must transcend it. Spread your wings, open your heart, and fly. We got 9. Darkness as a bride. Be adaptable. Descend into the depths. I was there and I know. The goddess Persephone was not abducted by Hades. She went willingly to marry her love. Being crowned queen of the underworld was her cherished destiny. It is true that for half the year she stays in the summerland bathing in sunlight, walking barefoot in the green meadows and wearing flowers in her hair. But it is also true that during this time, the spring equinox until the fall equinox, she secretly pines for her shadowy realm. She is most in her element when her reigns over her dark domain. The lush and velvet darkness is her home. You must never cling to the light exclusively. Like Persephone, every fairy queen is a creature of darkness too. And then we got 14. A winged messenger. Pay attention. This particular situation, endeavor, relationship, or time of your life carries a vast, eternal, interdimensional importance. For further insight into how this message applies, look deeply into the luminous being here portrayed. I guess this one here. I can't show her, unfortunately. For further insight, blah, blah, blah. She is near to you, although not visible with her physical eyes. She does not employ human language, and yet she has something significant to communicate. Close your eyes and relax your body and feel her presence. Once you believe you can sense her, or once your imagination has even slightly conjured her up, open your eyes and read on. No, well, we're not doing all that. Okay, so the back of that deck A vision full of majesty. Answer the call. The devotional action. Take devotional action. Remember, we got action here. Trust your vision. Give credence to your clear inner knowing. Take a stand for who you are. Time and again, cultures, religions, kingdoms, and families have attempted to teach their youth that they were wrong. Wrong in their dreams, desires, or goals. Wrong in their intuitive knowing or spiritual orientation. Wrong in their sexual or gender identity. Or wrong in their love. Sadly, some carry this false, disempowering dogma in some form or another into adulthood and beyond. In your heart of hearts, you already knew all this. All you have received here is validation, but that is enough. Alright, and then last, they had a lot to say when it came to the oracles here. So, but the thing is like we had transformation out here twice. We got the tower and then the shadow work here. So that's the transformation, that something happened that caused you to to go within and take action and transform. So that's out here twice. I don't know if I want to read both. And with will out here, you have to find the will to take the action and to continue taking the action to heal. And with the genius out here, I feel like that's like either you coming to some realization, but or once you get through all this energy, you have a brilliant upon brilliant idea that gives you some type of wealth and prosperity. The back of this deck was Lilith, and that was shadow work. Okay, so we'll start with Leo. I will. This is the card of honor and strength. Proud and strong, those born under the sign of Leo are all about integrity. They are ruled with the sun, which is the light and force we cannot live without. We will be left in darkness. This is the time of being spontaneous and living in the moment, and a grand approach is necessary. It is the time to part the clouds and let the sun shine through. Be playful, be bold, and end up a winner because luck and light are on your side. Okay, 8. Healing. Healing must take place before you are able to deal with your matter. Chiron is not a planet, but a comet with a unique orbit that travels through the entire zodiac over approximately 51 years. Somebody could be 51 years old. The symbol for Chiron is a key, and this card says you have the key to open the right doors at your asking. To do this, you will have to work with the wounded or the downtrodden in some way. So if this is true, it is now time to save yourself and others. Okay, and then 9. Uranus, genius. The sudden bolt of a surprise that causes chaos. Somebody could be getting, like I said, that positive. And then we have that STD at the back of that card down here. Bruh. Uranus is the great awakener, is here to wake you up. According to myth, out of chaos emerge two expressions of deities, Gaia, Mother of Earth, and Uranus, Father Sky. As the high octave of Mercury, Uranus arrives to break the rules and smash established structures. It is the planet of not only genius, but also intuition, which arrives in sudden flashes just like the lightning. All in all, this card means your life is about to change in big ways rather than small ones. This Uranus card says go with it and see what happens. that can mean so many different things right now. Yeah, it's like, do that and see what happens. Alright, well, number 11 is like really right next to it, so. Pluto, the smallest and outermost planet in the solar system, probably carries the most weight. It is the planet of extremes. Birth, sex, and death are Pluto's themes. Think of Pluto as leftover things that tend to languish in a state of decay or decadence, but more positively, rejuvenation, healing, and birth. Okay. Then we have 20. All right. Put your ear down close to your soul and listen hard. Acknowledging desire and surrendering yourself to the depths will serve you best at this time. Scorpio is the most fascinating sign in the zodiac. It is ruled by Pluto, planet of gutters and extremes, and is the sign of sex, money, and passion, and is a powerful sign. In dealing with jobs and careers, expect intensity, restrictions, and demands. Sometimes when this card comes up, it indicates you will be going through a period of deep self-analysis, shadow work. You may seek out a professional, or you will work through this time alone by reading or through reflection. Again, therapy, you could be getting a lawyer, something along those lines. And it was 12 was on the back of that one. Mystery. In revenge and in love, woman is more barbaric than man is. It is time to be careful. Think of what might manifest over anger, bitterness, or revenge. What you have worked so hard to have may collapse. You have a feeling you are waiting for something to happen, but you don't have the entire information, so the facts are hidden or mysterious. Something stalks. You feel it, but Lilith is sharp. She knows, she senses, she processes what is there. Remember? Queen of Swords. I just lost my space. There it is. Because Lilith feels slighted, she can represent a formidable foe or a dangerous enemy. Through Lilith, we discover creativity and the beauty that can exist in the darkness as long as we can keep our own demons in check and under our rule. And that's what you're doing. Okay, so don't go nowhere because I still got a deck of messages to go through. So be right back. Okay. We got plain lands. Somebody could live in the plain states, or somebody could be considered plain. We have they took money and property that was left to you in a will, and the feds know about it. We have North America. Told lies to the police to get you locked up. You were under investigation because of their lies about you, but they are now under investigation. That could be something to do with your job. Drama. Because we got Drama King in there, right? Yeah. So somebody could be trying to, I mean, this couldn't be that deep. It could be something along the lines like, say, with the money here, like maybe somebody was stealing out of your register and making it look like you. And it turns out when they were investigating, they are now the ones that are under investigation instead of you. We have Master Manifester. Somebody could do this on a regular and thinks they can do this to whoever, and then you're the tower for them. We got Stargate Project. Somebody could be shorter, you could be shorter, they could be shorter. Jealousy, envy. Pluto again. Pluto is heavy out here in this read. Older, they can be older, you can be older. Blockages are lifted. Scientific Research Institute, that could be relevant, or it could just be with the investigation. That could be somebody just doing the research. We have Aeolia. Aeolia is I actually did a paper on it back. Aeolia. Mythical floating island, kingdom of Aeolus. The divine keeper of the winds. Famously featured in the term Odyssey. The term can also refer to an ancient region, Asia Minor, or various modern pop culture. Okay, so I'm getting this more of like the fact this is like Divine Keeper of the Winds is like underneath the Stargate project, but I'm getting this more of like if it's not that deep in the sense of the supernatural, in the sense of spirituality and everything, this is more of like higher ups investigating things and like they're the divine keeper of the winds. What are the winds? The winds is like intelligence. That's the Akashic records. This is basically somebody who's able to go into things that can determine who's been lying and who hasn't been lying. We got a small age group, 1 to 10 years. You have solved cold cases just by channeling. Remember to always use your discernment. Things aren't always as they seem. Sometimes it's the meaning behind the message. Like I was saying, sometimes it's not direct. It's sometimes something behind it that's telling you. Like, for example, this could be something, like if this is that job thing like I was just talking about. You could be bringing up situations that's happened before that's making things click in certain higher ups' mind, and they're like, huh, okay. Well, we're going to do an investigation, and that's when things actually go back onto the people who were trying to get you fired. Dude. Hold on. I gotta make sure that I'm still recording. Okay, dude. STI, STD. Okay. Don't eat the food or drink pre-made beverages. We got best friends to lovers. That could be another thing. Like, say somebody was okay, so say somebody's been friend zoned, and one of them is like I said, I'm not saying she's a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke, you know. So I'm getting more of the longs of like maybe this person, say this is a female, say this female is more on the like the straight and narrow side, and this person that they're friends with, you know, is more on the darker side of things. That's, you know, doing things overindulgence. Maybe they're having sex unprotected, but they're really interested in this friend, but they know they don't have a chance until they get their shit together, right? And so this person ends up getting a tower moment because they end up getting an STD from one of their conquests, right? Hopefully, like I said, hopefully it's something they can get rid of, but maybe that's that tower moment that allows them to be like, hey, you know, that was a close one. Like, I could have gotten something that I could not get rid of. Maybe it's time for me to, like, you know, get my shit together and start doing better. And that's what they start doing. But, you know, we got riches to rags. So somebody could, with this whole thing here with taking money and property that was left to you in the will, maybe that could be something that they're going investigating into. And again, they were telling lies to make it look like you're doing something to get you locked up to take your money. And they found out that was all bullshit. There's nothing wrong with you. You should be getting that money. So the people who took that money go from riches to rags. And look at that. Big fortune is on the way. Eek. Oh. Okay. I don't know if this happens in the plain lands. I mean, this could be. But here's it. And this is right underneath us. So we got plain lands. We got shorter. We got small age gap. 1 to 10 years. We could be looking at kids right now, 1 to 10 years old. Because right here we have Rose and Fred West. They were a couple killer, rapists, serial killers, incest, and kidnappers. And they would normally take kids as well. So we got that right there. And right underneath that, this is crazy. Right underneath this one here, we have they are apologizing for financial gain, not sincere. And with this, oh, this is cute. Okay, so like say there is this investigation going on, right? The undercover cop fell in love with you after finding out your true character. So this person doesn't necessarily have to be like, oh, I'm going to marry this person, fall in love, but they just fell in love with the type of person you are. Like, this is a lovely person. There's no reason for them to be doing this to this person. We got native. Somebody can be native. Somebody can be native to a country, state. Um, this could be Native American. But also here, native could also mean in the sense of like somebody probably is like maybe a witch doctor in a sense, or does some type of like dark, old dark magic, and that's where that whole say older, and it says don't eat the food or drink pre-made beverages. Maybe they know how to do something along those lines. We have the Tang Dynasty. You could have been from the Tang Dynasty. Again, you could have also lived a life where you went from riches to rags. We have cosmopolitan culture, advancements in poetry, art, and printing. You could have had those type of lives before. Don't take the bait. They want you to fuck up. Do not trust your mother and or your father. Fitness mentality. Authoritative. Northeast. Succubus, incubus. Depending on who you're dealing with, somebody can be doing blood binding magic. It's a sex and blood magic. They could be putting something in your food, specifically anything red. Something where you're not going to notice it off bat. Some tarot readers need to better understand their channels and to not be so arrogant. We may be gifted, but it doesn't make us better than anyone who isn't. Love and light. Hired a voodoo priestess. I was even thinking maybe like some type of witch doctor, like voodoo doctor or something like that. Voodoo. Charity. Somebody could make somebody. Oh my god. Somebody can be fit and look good, but be burning. Okay. We have White Witch, Glenda. Dwarfism. I forgot who we had dwarf with. Was it you guys? No, I don't think it was you guys. I think it was the pile before you. 222. Oh, 2222 on the timer, actually. Promoted. Somebody could be mad about you getting a promotion. We got oldest. We got oldest old here. Somebody old, definitely older. We got gluttony. Somebody could eat a lot. Somebody could be married. Somebody in sorority. So this could be a group of jealous women. Jealous married women. I don't know. Somebody could be fit. Or something just fits. Like with the investigation, something's starting to fit. Again, Pluto, 8th house, Scorpio. That's... oh, good lord. Somebody, best friends to lovers. Somebody could be the same age. Somebody can have dark features. There's islands. Somebody can have body and or facial markings, piercings, tattoos, freckles, or moles. We got mental health issues. They love to cook and enjoy the outdoors. We got Oracle and Prophets. Initials Q, R, S, and T. Somebody could have been a slaver. Somebody's trying to slave labor you, like I said with the money thing. And you are also going through an ascension. That is what I got for that one. Okay? So, I might have to do 4 and 5 in a part 2, to be honest with you, because it's looking like, yeah, when I get to the 3-hour mark, it doesn't let me go any further. So, yeah, if I don't see you on the other ones, I'm probably likely going to put part 2 for piles 4 and 5, okay? So, I'll see you guys on the next one, alright? Like, share, and subscribe. Love y'all. Bye!